Tomorrow night on NBN News, your power bills are soaring, but you could soon have access to electricity that's cheap and sustainable. Could this be an energy game changer? See the full story tomorrow night on NBN News. A family home in Melbourne has been damaged after a driver careered into a parked car, sending it into a pool. Police believe the driver may have suffered a medical condition before the collision.
A crash which caused a huge splash.
We heard like thunder. I said, thunder? I don't think there was any clouds in the sky.
It was just after 6 o'clock last night when a Holden Astra hurtled through the Selvo family's back fence. It had been hit by a four-wheel drive in a collision further up Edwards Road and pushed into the pool.
My daughter Roberta was just screaming her head off, and I looked outside, I see two cars ended up into my pool.
If he would have kept going, he might have hit into my daughter's bedroom.
There were initially fears somebody may have been inside the hatchback.
I seen the lights on the car in the pool, and I said, mate, there must be someone inside. So I jumped in the pool, had a look. I said, I can't see anyone.
The Astra had been parked on the side of the road and was vacant at the time of the crash. Police say the man behind the wheel of the four-wheel drive may have crashed after suffering a medical problem, although investigations are ongoing. The initial crash happened about 50 metres away. Such was the force of the impact, the four-wheel drive managed to push the Holden across 2 lanes of traffic, through the fence and then into the pool.
It was a really horrid bang, like a crack of thunder.
It just sounded like a big truck that slammed into something.
No charges have been laid.
But everyone's all right, that's the main thing, and we can fix the rest.
Overseas now, and Princess Diana's former lover, James Hewitt, is fighting for his life in the UK after suffering a heart attack and a stroke. The 58-year-old was rushed into emergency surgery. He's in a critical condition and expected to remain in intensive care for weeks. US President Donald Trump is wasting no time in finding a replacement for fired FBI Director James Comey. 11 candidates are being considered, and it's understood Mr. Trump could make a decision within a week.
Very well known, highly respected, really talented people, and that's what we want to the FBI.
Meanwhile, the Pope has held a news conference aboard his plane, promising to keep an open mind when he meets the president later this month. Shocked onlookers have captured an incredibly rare tornado in China's southwest. Witnesses pulled out their phones to record what's believed to be the first footage of such a storm in that region. Normally a place of pomp and ceremony, overnight Buckingham Palace was filled with fun, laughter and crazy antics. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry hosted a special tea party to brighten the lives of children who have lost a parent serving in the armed forces.
It was the perfect day for a garden party, and the 800 children and teenagers invited to the Queen's London home made the most of the hospitality. With the sprawling backyard transformed into a fun fair, the youngsters enjoyed face painting, plate spinning, musical performances, and were wowed when the RAF parachuters landed on the roof of the palace. Wearing a See by Chloe dress, the Duchess of Cambridge made her way through the crowd, meeting and chatting with her guests. And ever the hands-on host, Kate joined Prince Harry in launching water bombs into the crowd. It was a touching tribute to the many young people whose lives have been affected by the most heartbreaking kind of loss.
We're here to celebrate you and to remind you that we as a family, we as a nation, and we up and down the country will never, ever, ever forget about the sacrifices that every single one of you have made.
And it's unlikely any of the young guests will forget about the day they got to party at the palace in memory of one of their parents. In London, Amelia Ballinger, NBN News.
Sydney Fashion Week got underway today with its trademark glitz, glamour and celebrity fanfare. Australian designer Dion Lee opened the event at the Opera House this afternoon. It's the second year it's taken place in May, allowing designers to showcase their resort wear collections for the coming season. Well, it's over to sport now with the always fashionable Mitchell Hughes. And Mitch, some are calling it a Mother's Day miracle today.
Jane, whatever they call it, I'm sure the Knights and their fans will take it. Thanks very much. Coming up, a real family affair in Newcastle as the Matautia brothers star against Canberra. and the Roosters and the Eels are hiding.
When you deal with the Burton family Toyota,
You're dealing with local people
who support the Newcastle, Hunter and Port Stephens region.
giving back to the community through events, sports and charities.
The Burton family.
Your locally owned Toyota specialist.
Stock must clear now.
We're overstocked with white goods. Now is the time to buy. All washers, all fridges, all dishwashers on sale now. Plus bonus delivery.
Save, save, save at Harvey Norman.
Massive overstock clearance on now.
Drop everything and get in store.